Hello everyone, this is part 10 of What If Naruto was actually helped by the third Hokage, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. The next 3 days passed in a flash. Naruto was constantly hanging out with Samui and Kurotsuki simultaneously, and the three teams ate lunch and dinners together. The Sand team didn't understand how ninja from other villages could hang out so casually together. The happiness that was all around Gaara infuriated Shukaku and made him even less stable. By the time the genin were called to gather in the arena, Gaara was practically foaming at the mouth. The genin teams that passed the second stage were as follows: Team 7, Team 8, Team 9, Team 10, Gaara's team, Kurotsuki's team, Samui's team, Haku's team. 24 genin hopeful listened to the Hokage tell them the true meaning of the Chunin exams and explain why the preliminaries were necessary. The instructor Hayate Gecko laid out the rules for the fights. Essentially everything is allowed, killing is frowned upon but not illegal, and all his commands are to be followed. When he says the fight is over, it is over. A board appeared behind the Hokage's box, and a cameraman could be seen on the Hokage's balcony. In an effort for transparency and public promotion, the matches were to be broadcasted. Jiraiya and Tsunade were hosting thanks to Hiruzen's bright idea to project strength. So, the broadcast began. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you from Konoha's Forest of Death. I am Jiraiya, the Toad Sannin, and I am joined by Tsunade Senju, the Slug Sannin. Today, we have 24 genin hopeful battling it out for the right to fight in front of a live crowd in the Chunin exam finals. Jiraiya's loud voice carried across the stadium. We have representatives from Konoha, Sand, Cloud, Kiri and Stone. While I prefer to make love, not war, I am excited to see these young ninjas fight it out. That's right everyone. Please excuse his usual perversions and enjoy the show, said Tsunade in a warning tone. The first match is between Sasuke Uchiha of the Leaf and Karui of the Cloud. This will be a high-quality fight. The young Uchiha has produced great results recently, so it will be exciting to see how he stacks up against one of Kumo's top genin. On the balcony, Team Kumo and Naruto's team were standing close to each other. Naruto gave each of them a fist bump and leaned over the balcony. Samui was on his left with Kurotsuki was on his right, and right behind him was Ino, glomming onto his back. The cameraman had zoomed in on the competitors and caught the sight of Naruto surrounded by the most beautiful kunoichi from 3 different villages. He swung the camera around to put the spotlight on the most high-profile ninja in the elemental nations. That there, folks, is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. He is my pupil and godson. I can't tell you how proud I am to see what you folks are bearing witness to, Jiraiya said while wiping some blood from his nose. Get your head out of the gutter, Jiraiya, and focus on the fight, came Tsunade's icy cold voice. Right you are, Tsunade, it looks like it has started. We have a Kenjutsu battle here. It looks like both contestants are evenly matched. The Uchiha has activated his Sharingan, and it is fully matured at this age. That is quite impressive. Oh, that was quite the move. Using a lightning jutsu, Raiten, lightning ball, Karui gained the upper hand. One of those balls will leave you tingling for hours. It appears that Sasuke's right arm has gone numb. The Uchiha answers with a Kaiten, fire flower technique, and gains some space. Oh, ho, it looks like Sasuke used some lightning chakra to restore the natural balance in his right arm. Impressive chakra control for such a young genin, commentated the Slug Princess. It sure is, Tsunade. To see such talent at a young age is a beautiful thing. The young redhead just closed the distance, and we have a true Kenjutsu battle yet again. Ouch. Sasuke just hit Karui with a lightning-enhanced katana to the leg. And there it is, folks. The Uchiha has forced a surrender from his opponent. Jiraiya's loud voice carried throughout the stadium. Back in the balcony, Samui groaned. Karui was always a little too hot-headed. Naruto rubbed her back in a comforting motion. He gave Sasuke a fist bump and a good fight when he returned to the balcony. Sasuke took a seat and leaned back against the balcony to catch his breath. Okay, Jiraiya. It looks like next we have a Konoha battle. Ino Yamanka vs Sakura Haruno. Well, Haim, you know I love a good cat fight. Let's see how this plays out. After a verbal exchange, wait a minute. Let's get a microphone down there, director. Came Jiraiya's eager voice. A crew member went to the sidelines carrying a mic. No way, Ino pig. Sasuke-kun is way better than Naruto Barker. That boy can't hold a candle to Sasuke-kun. The shrill voice of Sakura came in loud and clear. All viewers had to cover their ears from the shrill voice that cut through the speakers. Look, forehead. Agree to disagree, it is time to fight. But it is blatantly obvious that Sasuke can't hold a candle to Naruto. He never even touched him in a spar for Kami's sake. Ino was baiting Sakura, and it worked. Sakura charged her and Ino judo tossed her over her shoulder. While Sakura was recovering, Ino hit her with a clan jutsu. Jiraiya's voice came into focus. Why in the world would you hit an opponent on her back with a mind-body transfer? Why not just put a kunai to her throat? Because she is an inexperienced kunoiki, Jiraiya. It looks like something is wrong though. Tsunade's voice was curious. Inside Sakura's head, Ino had to fight Sakura's alternate personality. Trying to spare her friend physical harm, she had tried to force an easy surrender. Now, Dark Sakura was matching her punch for control of Sakura's body. In the end, both girls were rendered unconscious. Well, it looks like both girls are unconscious and the proctor has called the match a draw. I will have to talk to that young lady later to find out what happened. Mind techniques are extremely risky and fragile. So, the backfire cost her an opportunity at the finals. Tsunade now sounded disappointed. Sorry, my wonderful viewers, that it is likely most of that fight occurred in the mind. Hopefully this next fight will make up for it. We have 10-10 Higurashi of the Leaf versus Temari of the Sand. Kami must love me. The perverted giggle ended Jiraiya's statement. This is a good kunoiki battle. All you girls that wish to be kunoiki, take notes. Oh no, it looks like Temari landed a futon, sickle weasel, jutsu on Tenten. She is being shredded in midair. Oh no, she didn't. What disrespect. Tsunade roared. I have to agree with you, Suhaim. Hitting an unconscious opponent like that shows a complete lack of sportsmanship. That kunoiki and her fan are brutal. Tenten was on the floor after hitting Temari's fan. Every Konoha ninja was glaring at her. She shrugged it off and walked back to her team as medics came to gather the unconscious Tenten. Naruto addressed those around him. I ask y'all to be better than that. I know it is not technically against the rules, but that was dirty. He got nods from his friends and their teammates. Naruto perked up when he saw his name on the board. Okay, I get the dog boy. He jumped over the railing and walked to the center of the arena. Kiba showed up in the center of the ring with a kamaru on his head. I don't know what's so special about you, Blondie. After I beat you, I will take all those bitches off your hands though. The cocky tone Kiba used pissed everyone off. Sume, watching in the Jonan bar, threw her head into her hands in embarrassment. Haha, you're a laugh, pup. Wanna know something funny? All of Q's memories are shared with me. It is safe to say I have seen your mom naked, pup, and more. Not to mention, Q is practically your daddy. Him and I share everything since we are partners, so does that make me your daddy too? Naruto couldn't stop the laughs from coming out. He was bent over holding his sides at the look on Kiba's face. Back in the Jonan bar, Sume was scarlet. She forgot that Q had mentioned that was why Naruto always blushed around her. Q owes her after this public humiliation. The brat also owes her another massage for that matter. Everyone was looking at her and gawking. Sume just ordered a double shot and tilted it back. Well, my godson has the unique ability to antagonize his opponents. As soon as Hayate started the match, Naruto dodged around Kiba and Akamaru. He hasn't even landed a hit yet. Jiraiya, the kid is outmatched. It's like pitting a guppy against a shark, for all you hidden mist shinobi. Oh, a pill to enhance his power and his dogs too. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. This kid is using a clone technique against Naruto. Tsunade started laughing. Well, everyone, if you want to have a clone fight, I would advise you not to do it against Naruto. I count about 20 clones. Oh, ha 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 ha. Naruto really didn't like Kiba's opening statement, because now he is playing with his food. Jiraiya's laugh could be heard by all and infuriated Kiba further. Naruto had summoned a few clones and said that if Kiba could break one of them, then Naruto would take him seriously. The Inuzuka clan jutsu, Fang over Fang, is a strong taijutsu technique. But as I have found out over the years, strength can't beat speed if it can't catch it. It looks like one of the clones has neutralized the pup. Now it is 1 vs 20. Tsunade said, almost bored. Kiba was enraged, past the point of no return. At this point he was nothing more than a rabid dog. Quit being a bitch, hiding behind your clones. Come and fight me like a man, you pussy. He growled over the noise. Naruto immediately dismissed his clones. Believe me, Kiba, this was me taking it easy on you and having a bit of fun. Don't blink, you Omega Hound. Ouch. Here it is, folks. The end result of a pup stepping up to a lion. Naruto is now a blur to most of you, but what you are missing is him landing bone-crushing hits on every part of Kiba's broken body. Jiraiya now sounded concerned. The proctor might want to call this one, it's over. To all shinobi out there, this is why it is not a good idea to antagonize an opponent that may be stronger than you. Okay, I will be right back. I am going to scrape him off the floor and put him back together before Tsunade tries to kill Naruto-kun. Tsunade announced as she jumped down to the stadium floor. She coordinated the medics and took the first part of Kiba's healing. She healed the worst injuries and let the medics take over from her. She missed the next fight due to the extent of Kiba's injuries. The flinching form of Kurenai's student made her angry. She looked over at Kakashi and used her coldest tone. Is that how you teach your students to treat a comrade? Her icy tone and look are why she was named Konoha's Ice Queen. Ma, Kurenai. Did you teach Kiba that it is okay to be blatantly disrespectful to his opponents and women in general? Replied Kakashi coolly. He knew Naruto took it a little too far, but at least Kiba is still alive. Kurenai thawed out immediately upon remembering what Kiba had said. Yeah, that was gross, but still. Naruto went too far. Kakashi didn't respond for 30 seconds or so. I'm sorry, did you say something? I was caught up in my reading. Kurenai huffed and walked over to Asuma, clearly pissed off. Asuma just gave Kakashi a look that said, come on man. Kakashi returned the look with an eye smile. Guy chipped in here, damn you and that hip attitude of yours, my eternal rival. Naruto made it back to the balcony, strolling casually. He gave hugs to Kuretsuki, Samui and Ino, who was now recovered from her battle in Sakura's mind. Omoi looked at Naruto differently. The savage beating he just witnessed scared him a bit. If he somehow insulted Samui, and Samui told Naruto, then Naruto could beat him down just like Kiba. If Naruto beat him down, there could be political ramifications and the alliance with Kumo and Konoha would be destroyed. Then Samui would kill him again for breaking her up with Naruto. Samui saw Omoi going down the drain and nudged him out of it. The group returned to the rail and resumed watching the ongoing match. Jiraiya was commentating, well folks, I am solo casting this fight. Hopefully the young Inuzuka is feeling better and will learn his lesson. Returning to the fight, the Mist Ninja is getting swarmed by the Abarame's bugs. Those are nasty little buggers. A giggle punctuated his last pun. And it looks like the fight is over. Winner, Shino Abarame. It is amazing how quickly those Kikachu bugs will zap your chakra. Tsunade returned to the booth and apologized for her absence. Well, to everyone wondering, the young Inuzuka will be just fine. It looked far worse than it was. I see the Abarame won, congrats to him. Oh, this should be interesting. The Battle of the Hyuga. Hinata vs Neji. Main house heiress versus the branch house prodigy. Jiraiya chipped in, this taunting does not seem like something family would say to each other. Young Neji is being quite disrespectful. Here we go, both pair of Byakugan activated and they are off. Neji is bigger and stronger, but the grace and speed of young Hinata is quite the sight. Indeed it is, Jiraiya. That is quite a few blows exchanged between the pair. It looks like Hinata came out slightly ahead in that exchange. Neji lost the use of his left arm but got a significant juken hit to Hinata's chest. Hinata did it. She has knocked Neji down. Exclaimed Tsunade. On the arena floor, Hinata was standing over her downed cousin. Neji-san, I don't know where all this anger is coming from. I have always been close to you and valued you. Please surrender, I do not wish to harm you any further. Neji spat out, you are just as guilty as the rest of the main house. This seal makes me a slave. What slave wouldn't bear resentment to their owner? If I kill you in a sanctioned match, the main house can do and will do nothing. Nobody wants you, the weakest and meekest Hyuga, to be the next clan heir. Neji spat this out. Hinata reeled back as if she was struck in the heart. Neji exploded to exploit this opening with overcharged his right palm strike. Naruto could instantly tell that Neji was going for the kill and Hinata was too stunned to defend herself. He flashed in front of Hinata, a look of pure rage on his face. He caught Neji's punch with a Kurama enhanced fist. Kurama's chakra neutralized Neji's Juken. The anger Naruto was feeling also caused Neji's fist to burn on contact with Naruto's hand. He tried to pull his hand free but was unable to. Naruto met Neji's panicked gaze. You are not the Neji I remember. Since when are you such a stuck-up, brooding bitch? You think nobody noticed you going for the kill shot? Well, I did, and I will not let you touch Hinata. Pray, boy, that you do not face me in the finals because what I did to Kiba will look like a mercy compared to the state I will leave you in. He threw Neji's burned fist back into Neji's face. He turned and finally registered the Jonins around him. Guy hand his hand holding Neji by the shoulder. Kakashi was behind Naruto supporting Hinata and Asuma looked like he might make a move on Naruto. Once Neji recovered from his shock, he was cradling his now burnt hand to his chest. Figures you would be another main house lapdog. I am not scared of you, Naruto. I have gotten far stronger since we were kids. Naruto laughed out loud, loud enough for the cameraman to pick it up and zoom in to capture the predatory look on his face. You have my word, Neji Hyuga. Your fight will be a public humiliation against a single one of my shadow clones. You ran away from our training sessions with your tail tucked between your legs because you could best one of my clones. So, I will give you the opportunity to show me your so-called improvement. Don't disappoint. With that said, Naruto disappeared in a swirl of wind and appeared behind Samui and Kuretsuki. He latched an arm over each of their shoulders and looked down on the fuming Hyuga. Soon it broke the stunned silence of the broadcast that followed Naruto's proclamation. Cough. Well, that's something else to look forward to, folks. Next, we have Shikamaru Nara versus Samui of Kumo. Shikamaru forfeits. Okay then. For those of you that couldn't hear, he claimed it was too troublesome to fight a girl, especially a girl that was so close to Naruto. Jiraiya bellowed out a laugh. That kid is a genius. He probably knew that he couldn't beat her, so he thought up a reason. Haha, well thank you, young Nara, for a good laugh. With that, Samui will go on to the finals. In the Jonin bar next to Sume, Shukaku Nara slammed his head on the table. He was disappointed in his son and wasn't looking forward to dealing with his wife when he returned home. Sume gave him an understanding pat on the back. Jiraiya resumed the broadcast. Next, we have Kankuro of the Sand versus Kuretsuki of the Stone. This is an old rivalry, and it looks like we have a puppet user here, folks. Kuretsuki just used lava release. To be expected that the Tsuchikage's granddaughter is exceptionally talented. Tsunade, who knew where Jiraiya would take this, questioned, didn't she miss? The puppeteer got away and only his puppet was hit by the lava. Jiraiya gave Tsunade a knowing look. Well, princess, the boy that is down there screaming, hot, 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 might beg to differ with you. The cameraman panned over to the burning bandages that exposed Kankuro with his cat suit on fire. I said he was a puppeteer, so he had switched places with his puppet before the fight started. Seems like young Kuretsuki could sense this and ended the fight before it started. Tsunade offered a fresh take. Well, it appears those two girls hanging all over my Naruto-kun will be heading to the finals. Congratulations to the Raikage and Tsuchikage. When you both come into town, drinks are on me for a night. Jiraiya chimed in, well that's something to look forward to. Now we have Haku of the Mist versus Kuretsuki's teammate. It has been a good fight, but now the Steel Boy is trapped in some mirrors. Well, it looks like the Yondaime wasn't the only one with a space-time technique. I would love to get a closer look at those mirrors. Indeed, Jiraiya-kun. They are quite intriguing. The way she can travel through them and cast jutsu while in them. The mirrors must be linked to some pocket dimension. Oh ho. Now there is something you don't see every day, folks. Young Haku has frozen the ninja from the stone and encased him in ice. Well, Suheim, I think we call that a steel sickle. No, yeah, I guess that fell kind of flat. It is a shame. The Steel Release bloodline is a powerful one that would have been fun to see fight more. Anyway, Haku has been pronounced the winner of the match. We look forward to more dazzling displays from this beautiful young lady. Jiraiya said in an overly gallant manner at the conclusion of the match. Chojuro ended up winning his match against Omoi. It was a cool Kenjutsu fight that ended when Chojuro activated Hiramekare. Chojuro turned it to a massive hammer made of chakra. Omoi wasn't ready and was knocked unconscious. Next, the cannon fight from Gaara and Lee. However, with Tsunade present, Lee would only have to spend a month in the hospital to completely recover the use of his right arm and leg. Guy cried anime tears of joy when Tsunade told him this. Finally, Chuji rolled over the final kunoiki from stone and left the medics to pull her out of the floor. The winners were brought up in front of Hayat and drew lots to determine the matches. Hayat broke it down for them. Okay, we will have a tournament-style event where you will show the cages that you have what it takes to be a Chunin. The matchups will be as follows. Match 1, Naruto vs Neji. Match 2, Kuretsuki vs Chojuro. Match 3, Sasuke vs Haku. Match 4, Samui vs Temari. Match 5, Chuji vs Gaara. Match 6, Shino gets a bye. You have 1 month to train before the finals. Use this time to prepare for your opponents. You are dismissed. Naruto promised each of the girls that he would talk with them tomorrow and as much as he could over the next month. He thanked Kami and his mother for the shadow clone jutsu. The teams left the tower down a safe path through the forest of death. They each returned to their lodgings for the night. Jiraiya caught up to Naruto before he was able to make it to bed. Ruto, hold up for a sec. I wanted to talk to you about your situation and the tournament. Jiraiya said while waving him down to his father's study. What's up, Kyofu? I am tired and want to get some rest. Naruto's voice was tired with a hint of annoyance. Well, my boy, I gave the scroll for sensual arts, level 1 foot when you were 6. From the stories I have heard, you pretty much had that down. So, it is time you graduated to the erotic arts, it will help you with your lady friends. He handed Naruto a couple of scrolls labeled, Erotic Arts, Level 1, 2 and 3. He then continued, I know that you are furious at the Hyuga boy, I know I would be too. However, you cannot kill him. Humiliate him, fine. But I ask you to exercise some restraint when you face him. Do not take it so far that it creates a political mess, please. Naruto took the scrolls with a chuckle. These may actually help me, Kyofu. As far as Neji goes, I never planned on killing him. He may wish I just got it over with though. I am going to bury that stuck-up pride of his so far below sea level that he will need a scuba suit to get it back. Jiraiya chuckled, I trust you, Gaki. I am proud of you. Since I am a one-woman man now, mind keeping me up to date with your progress on those scrolls. They are the summation of my knowledge in the seductive arts, and I wanted to pass them down to you. You are my muse for my new books, and I really need the inspiration. Please, Gaki. Jiraiya was now on his knees in a begging pose. Naruto started laughing at a suggestion from Kurama and then spoke. Fine, Ero Kyofu. I will let you in on my progress so long as I can screen any content that is inspired by me. In return, you need to marry Tsunade. I will give you until the Chunin exams are up to ask her. If you honor your end of the deal, I will be your muse. Jiraiya hopped to his feet and shook Naruto's hand. You have yourself a deal, Gaki. No telling Tsuhime about this either. She would punch me all the way to Kumo if she found out. Naruto let Q out of the seal to join in on the fun. The three laughed together and Naruto ended up staying for a couple drinks of sake with his godfather and partner as they reminisced. Jiraiya's recounting of Minato's courting of Kushina made Naruto and Q laugh. Especially when Q recounted Kushina's point of view on those events. It amazed Naruto how his godfather and fated partner could always put him at ease. So, he shared the latest developments of his burgeoning harem and sought advice. Jiraiya advised him to be open and honest and get the girls together as soon as possible. He told Naruto to put everything out in the open and just be himself. If the girls saw the man Jiraiya saw, there would be no issues. Q agreed with the old perv, for once, and simply added that any woman be lucky to have even a tenth of the man that Naruto is. They drank well into the night and Naruto slept peacefully for the first time in a couple weeks. Council meeting, 2 weeks after preliminary fights. Naruto was once again brought to the Konoha council room. He saw the regular attendees, with Jiraiya and Tsunade standing behind the Hokage. Naruto bowed to the Hokage and Hiruzen began. Okay, we have all reviewed the correspondence of the Raikage and Tsuchikage. Jiraiya, they were grateful we broadcasted the preliminary fights. They have sent over the first drafts of the treaties, and we have had time to review them. Naruto-kun, you were brought in because this will heavily affect you and your future family. Thank you for including me in this decision, Hokage-sama and Honorable Council. Naruto said with a bow. I presume things are going well with Kurotsuki and Samui. Jiraiya-sama informs us that you have been seen around town with them. Strangely, it has been reported that you were with Anko and Ino Yamanaka as well. Care to explain? Asked Danzo. He loved the boy, but Danzo would never admit that out loud. However, it was clear to Danzo that the boy may need to exercise a bit more restraint. Hi, Danzo-sama. I have used the Shadow Clone Jutsu to bond with each potential partner. Since removing Anko's cursed seal, we have already committed to each other. This brought up some rumblings amongst the civilian council that didn't sit well with Naruto. Civilian councillors, I would ask you to hold your tongues in my presence. I care not what you think about Anko. For everyone that is not a judgmental jackass, Anko has been cured of the cursed seal in its entirety. I trust her with my life and that will have to be good enough for you. He got nods from the ninja council. It was Homura that cut it. My boy, I am glad you have found love. Is it wise to accept it at this time? You are currently courting two very beautiful young ladies from potential allied countries. I wouldn't want it to get in the way of the treaties. Homura spoke in a cautious tone while Koharu couldn't stop a snarl from showing on her face. Hi, Homura-sama. I have brought the girls together to meet each other. I promised each of them openness and honesty. It was difficult at first, and very awkward. However, when you bring such uncomfortable topics into the light, good can come from doing so. Flashback, 1 week ago. Naruto had been spending time with each girl via his clones. Each of his clones had informed the girls about the meeting and begged each girl to attend with an open mind. So, 1 week after the preliminary fights, all of Naruto's love interests gathered in Naruto's living room to have one of the most awkward discussions of their lives. A sheepish Naruto stood up from a chair and started it off. Thank you all for coming. I understand that this is highly unusual, and I can only hope that good will come from this meeting today. Through various means, I have come to know each of you. The bottom line up front, I am falling for each of you. Your beauty, strength, wisdom and the joy I get from spending time with each of you has filled my heart with joy. I wanted to thank each of you for that and have each of you introduce yourselves. Polygamy was practiced by the Uzumaki, but it came with a strict rule. Each of the wives would have to approve of the other. Since I am not currently married, each of you will have to accept the other. I will not be taking a first or head wife. I want equality and love among my mates. With that, Anko, will you kick off introductions? Sure thing, Ruto-kun. I am Anko Mitarashi. I know Naruto from our days in Anbu. I love Ruto because he only ever saw me for me. I was the previous apprentice of Orochimaru. When he placed the cursed seal on me, I lost most of my memories of my time with the snake. The bastard then abandoned me at one of his bases where our Anbu team found me. I returned to Konoha, where the populace judged and cursed me for his sins. Ruto saw through that and appreciated me for me. When he removed my cursed seal, I confessed my love to him, and I have not regretted it since. I look forward to getting to know each of my little sisters, unless Naruto throws a cougar into this little group of ours. Anko ended with a chuckle and a chaste kiss on Naruto's cheek. Ino stood up and addressed the other girls. I am Ino Yamanaka. I met Naruto when I was 3. He was always super busy but took one day each week to spend time with me whenever possible. I didn't realize my feelings for him until I saw him shortly before we graduated from the academy. Since we got our genin teams, we have been so busy that we no longer had time for each other. When I saw him around town with you all, it broke my heart. When I learned about his clan and the CRA, I decided to confess my feelings to him. Now, here we are. I hope you can make room in your hearts for me as a potential sister wife. Ino bowed to the other girls. Kurotsuki stood up next. Her posture was confident, but you could tell that she wasn't in her comfort zone. Naruto is a special guy. When my gramps called me into his office and explained what happened when the Yellow Flash's child ventured into the Tsuchikage's office, I was floored. When I read Naruto's letter, I began to open up. I have never been a romantic kind of girl. But, as I am sure all of you know, Naruto has the way of bringing the best out of everyone. For the past 4-ish months, we have been exchanging letters. Our courtship is diplomatic in nature and isn't exactly popular back home. I don't know how I feel about sharing, but I am open to getting to know each of you. She bowed to each girl and sat back down. Finally, Samui stood up and bowed to each girl. I am Samui of Kumo. My story is much like Kuretsuki's. I found it to be crazy that the Raikage was entertaining the idea of a political marriage. Then, I read Ruto's letter. I am normally a calm and cool kunoichi. However, when I am around Ruto, I melt. He makes me feel beautiful and appreciated. His massages are pretty cool, too. All girls in the room nodded their heads at that. I know it sounds crazy, but I believe in Ruto's promise to love each of us equally. I think you are all pretty cool and I look forward to getting to know you. Thank you, ladies. Naruto was cut off by Anko. Nua, Ruto. It is time for girl talk. We will have to ask you to leave the room and give us some privacy. Naruto tried to mount a meager protest, but the girls agreed with Anko. Naruto caved rather quickly and went out to the training ground to join his clones. He still had to read Jiraiya's scrolls and train for the finals. The girls talked for a couple hours before bringing Naruto back inside. Once he got inside, the girls surrounded him in a heavenly hug, filled with soft and supple mounds. He could feel the unsettled emotions from earlier were now gone. Each girl had made her resolve and it seemed like they were on their way to becoming fast friends. Flashback end. Naruto recovered himself from his thoughts and returned his focus to the council. He only drifted for 5 to 10 seconds before saying, I am sorry, Homura-san. I was lost in my thoughts. Could you please repeat that? I asked for an honest assessment of Samui and Kuretsuki. It seems like you are getting along well. Is there anything that the council should know? Homura repeated despondently. Well, honorable council, I have given gifts of gratitude to the Raikage, Tsuchikage and the 2 girls. It was from the Uzumaki treasury, so there shouldn't be a problem there. I believe that the gifts were well received. The sword Samui used in the preliminary fight was my gift to her. The necklace that Kuretsuki wears is also from me. I did not give them anything that could compromise the leaf, responded Naruto in a light tone. Naruto-san, what did you gift to the Raikage and Tsuchikage? I know that Hitomi taught you extensively about gift giving, so I am sure it was something of note. Came the voice of Hiyashi Hyuga. Naruto turned and nodded respectfully to Hiyashi. Hiyashi-sensei, it is wonderful to see you again. I have greatly missed our lessons. Yes, Lady Hitomi taught me very well and I have been drawing on those lessons a lot over the past few months. I gave the Raikage a pair of enchanted boxing gloves. I thought it would fit his motif and he greatly enjoyed them. I gave the Tsuchikage a belt with fuinjutsu enchantments to relieve his back pain and assist in movement. He also expressed his immediate gratitude. It was the return of the pink banshee. How dare you give gifts to foreign leaders without consulting us first? You have the audacity to give gifts to other villages and deny us access to the Uzumaki library or armory? How impudent! Mibuyuki was cut off mid-rant by a sword to her neck. Naruto's wakizashi was held by a clone of his. Naruto looked to the Hokage. Hokage-sama, I grow tired of Counselor Mibuyuki. From what I can sense, so do many others. May I put forward a petition to remove her from the civilian council? All I need is a second to bring this motion to a vote. I assure the council, removing her will save everyone here a significant amount of time and headaches. Immediately, there were 7 hands raised from the ninja side of the council and 3 raised from the civilian side. Well, Naruto-kun, it seems you have your vote. I will now open a vote to remove Counselor Haruno. All in favor, please raise your hands. Ah, very well. Mibuyuki, you are hereby relieved of your post by a vote of 15 to 5. Please vacate your office within the week. Anbu, please escort Counselor Haruno to her office. The calm voice of Hiruzen restored order to the room. Now, Naruto-kun, we have called you here to review the terms of the treaties. Marriage arrangements are serious things. Please read this over and bring up anything we will need to renegotiate. Naruto walked forward and reviewed the treaties. They include dual citizenship, access and sharing of family jutsu, split rights to the offspring. No, that wouldn't do. He will not split his family up. Samui wished to become a Namikaze and carry that line forward. Kuretsuki wished to become an Uzumaki in order to avoid opening old wounds. Those were the main points. Naruto felt comfortable enough with the material to address the council. Hokage-sama and Honorable Council, I find many good points in these treaties. The only thing I wish to address is the split rights to my offspring. I will not split my family up. I would petition for dual citizenship for my children. I am open to negotiations of sending them to work as shinobi for our allies when they come of age. I would like to petition that age to be at least 14, preferably 16. Naruto said in a deadly serious tone. Homura voiced his concerns first. Naruto-san, these are common terms of treaties like this. The other villages will see us as hoarding power if we keep all your offspring here. Homura-sama, I understand that. I am willing to compromise a bit on this, but as I stated, I will not have a divided family. If we cannot see eye to eye on this, I wish to make this petition to the Reikage and Tsuchikage personally to explain my reasoning. I will pay compensation via other means if it is necessary. That is quite all right, Naruto-kun. I planned on having you there to begin with. Is there anything else from the treaties that you wish to discuss? The calm voice of Hiruzen stopped any other outbreaks before they could begin. Not that I see at this time, Hokage-sama. Very well, we will move on to the next issue. Mei Terumi, the new Mizukage, gave us a response to your letter. Imagine my surprise when I found you made her the same offer that you did to Iwa and Kumo. Furthermore, I would ask you to refrain from donating to any foreign cause without consulting myself or the council first. My apologies, Hokage-sama. During my mission to Wave, I made some judgment calls within your directive to establish positive diplomatic relations with Wave country. During our initial encounter with Zabuza, I came up with an effective way to end the hostilities, protect my client and potentially gain us a new ally. I did not use any of the village's funds to do so and I gave an anonymous donation to the rebel effort. Hiruzen laughed and the tension around the room dispersed. Oh, my boy, you have brought alliances from Kumo, Iwa and Wave. Now, the mist shows up. I spoke with Mei, and she asked me to write up a treaty that mirrors what we have offered Iwa and Kumo. You may have single-handedly allied 4 of the Great 5. Now, I wish to open this issue to the council. Should we accept the treaties proposed by the Hidden Mist? Danzo spoke up first. Hiruzen, I am as pleased with my pupil's efforts as you are. However, we should think about this in terms of how to best benefit Konoha. We have agreed to trade with Kumo and Iwa that benefits all countries. What do we stand to gain by including the Mist? They are fresh out of a civil war and are probably in a state of disarray. There were nods of agreement with Danzo's statement. There could be very little fault found in it. It was Naruto that answered. Danzo-sama, I find merit in your words. However, the path to peace starts with a single footstep. I can tell you that I felt great strength and integrity from the Mizukage. She wishes to direct the Mist into a more positive and less isolationist direction. If we don't accept, she will look elsewhere. I can think of a few things that we can ask from the Mist. Ask yourselves though, what do we lose by accepting this agreement? Naruto displayed remarkable political reasoning for a 13-year-old. If anyone stopped to do the math, Naruto's mental age and experience would be nearly 120 years at this point. All the clones every day made him mature very rapidly. Luckily, his body and hormones balanced that out and kept him acting like the blonde knucklehead he is at heart. Shukaku chipped in, that is true Naruto. I can think of very few detriments. It is likely they would require heavy assistance from us in the beginning, but we would see rapid return on that investment. What benefits were you thinking of in exchange for Konoha's assistance? Shukaku's interest was piqued by Naruto nearly 10 years ago. Now he finds the boy to be fascinating, and infuriating. He still split shogi matches whenever he played against the blonde. Their overall record was 58-64 in Naruto's favor. It is as you say, Shukaku-sama. The Mist could potentially become a valued trade partner. I would push for 10 years of reduced levies in return for our short-term financial assistance. I would propose a trade of instructors as well. There are not many kenjutsu specialists in Konoha, which the mist has plenty of. I propose we send Iruka-sensei and a small team of teachers to assist the mist in reforming their education system in return for a kenjutsu instructor or two. Naruto said all this with practiced ease. And what of your involvement and potential engagement to a kunoichi of their choosing? You already have 4 members and the CRA will only allow you up to 6. Not to mention, one of those is my daughter. Anoiki's voice trailed off at the end. Anoiki-sama, if I must take multiple wives to rebuild my clan, why not secure world peace by doing it? If they make an offer, I will hear 'em out. My condition still stands, I will only marry for love and those that gain the approval of my future wives. If I feel anything off with their choice, I will let Hokage-sama know. Hiruzen chuckled, so, you would accept another potential fiancé? Naruto scratched the back of his neck sheepishly and his eyes closed all the way in embarrassment. If that is the wish of my Hokage and his council. Yes, I will consider it. Very well, Naruto-kun. There is to be a cage summit of sorts and you are the man of the hour. Which brings me to my final topic. I, Hiruzen Sarutobi, nominate Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze as my heir apparent. Upon his 18th birthday, I will pass the mantle of Hokage to him. If I die before then, I trust Danzo to hold my place until his 18th birthday. After the Chunin exams, Naruto will spend at least 3 days per week apprenticing under the Hokage. We will now hold a vote to confirm this plan. Are there any objections before the vote is taken? It was Tsunade that spoke up. Hokage-sama, are you sure Danzo should be your replacement? I know he has changed much over the years. Even I have to admit I am surprised. However, I thought you would nominate Jiraiya or myself. There were a couple nods of agreement from the Ninja Council before the Hokage responded. Tsunade, I had thought you would want no part of it. However, I choose Danzo because he has taught Naruto since he was a boy. Since his return to the light, I have found the friend and rival I respected. Furthermore, there is nobody more devout to protecting the great tree than Danzo. It is only a precaution, but I choose to trust him. Hokage-sama, why appoint Naruto-san at 18? Isn't that still too young? Shouldn't we let him gain more experience? Came the call of a civilian counselor. Oh ho, and how many of you have negotiated peace treaties with 3 of the Great 5 before? That handles the experience issue. Not to mention, once Naruto is 15, he will likely be connected by marriage to 3 of the villages. Who better to have as Hokage? I might add that the Fire Lord agrees with me and wished to name Naruto Hokage upon his 15th birthday. It was I that extended it to 18 so that Naruto-kun may enjoy his youth. Hiruzen said while enjoying the reactions on the faces of his counselors. Kami blesses it, Naruto even made council meetings entertaining. The vote was called and approved the Hokage's proposal 12-8. Mikoto couldn't bring herself to vote for Danzo due to past transgressions against the Uchiha clan. Hiashi also voted against him for that same reason. It was Shukaku that turned the vote in Danzo's favor by saying that the whole point of everything Naruto was doing was to bury the proverbial hatchet and move forward. That helped the measure get approved and drew the council to a close. After they were dismissed, Naruto approached Hiashi. Hiashi-sensei, I wanted to talk to you about Neji's actions in the preliminary fight, about his punishment and about a potential gift to the Hyuga clan from the Uzumaki. Hiashi raised his eyebrows at this and nodded his head. The two moved to a side room and threw up a privacy seal. Go ahead, Naruto-san. Ah, come on sensei. It's just the two of us, so can we drop the formalities? At Hiashi's nod, he continued. I do not know how the darkness crept into Neji's heart. What I felt from him was immense rage. I can only presume it is his destiny, as a caged bird. As you well know, I despise that practice of your clan. I recently completed the removal process and the alternate protection seal. Naruto paused here to let Hiashi soak that in. Is that so? That will present quite the internal struggle to the Hyuga. Will you give me your word that the new seal is effective? He asked in a cautious tone. Yes, Hiashi-sama. After I beat the darkness out of Neji, which I apologize for in advance, I plan on removing his caged bird seal in public. I propose this to put your elders into an uncomfortable position. If I place an alternate protection method on your Byakugan, they lose their strongest argument. Then, the caged bird seal will only be seen as a means to enslave rather than protect. I know you and Hitomi have been looking for a way out, well I am offering one. Naruto let out a deep breath. He knew Hiashi was a traditionalist, but luckily Hitomi kept the man positive and had broken through on this topic. Okay, Naruto. I will allow you to move forward with your plan. I will delay the Hyuga from seeking recompense for your actions. I will also seek to have the caged bird seal removed and replaced throughout the clan. Will I have your backing in this? You have become quite a powerful political figure. Sure thing, sensei. Naruto's bright smile was all Hiashi needed. Now it was time to watch the show play out. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.